For me to write a fiction novel would be disingenuous, I feel, in regards to what I want my audience, whomever that may be, to get out of my writings. I want my writings to provoke emotion, truth, and division, yes, to the glory of Yahuwah and the Messiah only. And no glory shall I or will I ever bask in myself. 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verses 6 through 7, and Jeremiah chapter 9, verse 24. My writings inspired through the Nevi'im, the prophets of old, the apostles of new, and we of course all know that their words that are written are the inspired words of the Almighty. With that being said, I take no credit and cannot build upon the spiritual effects that these patriarchs have cultivated all these thousands of years through their writings. Signs, wonders, and miracles never seem to disappoint. The spiritual blessings that I experience every day of my life cannot compare to anything in this world. Romans chapter 8, verse 18. We all must be diligent in Yah-fearing. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verses 12 through 14, and Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 9. Shalom. Dallas Hilt, a Nazarene watchman, chapter 33 in Ezekiel. Chapter 1, the names. Section 1, the Creator. When you hear or see the word God, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Jesus, Creator, Almighty. The first thing that should come to your mind is His name. Are you aware of His name? I would love to inform you at this very moment that His name is Yah. I am. His full name being Yahuwah. This, of course, is found in Exodus 3, verses 13 and 14, when Moshe asked for his name, Moses. Some versions differ, but transliterated, Yahuwah means I am, I was, I will be. The BYNV is a very informative version and very helpful in regards to Paleo-Hebrew. Also, the Torah Institute Online is a miraculous site to visit, and Mr. Lou White has dedicated his life to informing the public on these matters, as well as writing many books. A very effective teacher. You might see in some versions in the preface that it states capital L-O-R-D is substituted for what's called the Tetragrammaton, a four-letter word representing the name of the Almighty, Y-H-W-H. It's a whole different matter as to why capital L-O-R-D is used instead of the name in most versions, as the name has been forgotten over the years. A forgotten name with as much power as the Creator's carries can only lead to spiritual dryness, benignness, what have you. I've heard some claim that the name is very rarely used or written due to reverence, and I totally agree, but to totally eradicate it from the authorized version, the King James Version 1611, has been dire in my opinion. Matthew chapter 6, verse 9, the Messiah shows his disciples how to pray, starting with verse 9, Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. When God is seen, read, or heard, we should be hearing his name within our spirit. We should be hearing I am, I was, I will be. Section 2, the Messiah. What's Jesus mean to you? From the words of Mr. White, it's supposed to mean I am your deliverer. In Hebrew, this would be spelled Y-A-H-U-S-H-A, enunciated Yahusha. I am your deliverer. Before I move on, there are no translations to these names in any language, Yahuwah or Yahusha. There's only transliterations. The name cannot be translated to Jesus or Jesus or Issa or any other name, being these names do not mean deliverer or deliverance. Some have stated the name Jesus can be translated to Joshua, which sounds like Joshua, Moshe's servant whom led the Israelites into the promised land, Joshua 3. The letter J did not come about to the 6th century Norse era, so a man with the name Jesus in Israel around the recorded times of the Messiah's stay here on earth probably would have not been, at least a man born a Hebraic Jew, an Orthodox Jew, would not have been named the Greek name, Jesus. Christians refer to the Messiah as Jesus. Where the name comes from, there are many different beliefs, but Christianity is very heavily influenced by the Greeks, a Hellenized culture, a Greek-speaking culture. It's safe to assume that the Greek-influenced believers that first called the disciples Christians, called the apostles Christians, they were called Christians at Antioch, Acts chapter 11, verse 26. Perhaps they felt detached from the Hebrews in their names, so possibly Jesus better suited whatever ideology or theology of the Messiah they had at the time, or maybe through the Reformations with Luther, etc., the Catholic Church, the name was derived. Jesus did not have a transliteration, but the origins of that name does. Yahusha, Joel chapter 2, verse 32. In Mount Zion there shall be deliverance. Isaiah 59, deliverance, Yahusha. In Mount Zion there shall be deliverance. Isaiah chapter 59, verses 20 and 21. Obadiah, verse 17. Psalm 79, verse 9. And Matthew 6, 13. Isaiah chapter 8, verse 14. And Isaiah 28, 16. Yahusha is the rock of offense and the cornerstone in Zion. Romans 11:26, the deliverer, Yahusha, will come from Zion. The names are very important for our faith and our duty as watchmen. We are called to serve as watchmen in Ezekiel 33, but also in Matthew 28:16 through 20, Mark 16, verses 14 through 18, Luke chapter 24, verses 46 through 48, and John chapter 20, verses 19 through 23. We were called to manifest these names to deliver souls. And if you have time, I'd like you to reference a few scriptures. This one's very important. Proverbs 14:25a. A true witness delivers souls. And Yahusha delivers. He is your deliverer. Joel chapter 2, verse 32. Zechariah chapter 14, verse 9. Malachi chapter 1, verse 11. Malachi chapter 3, verse 16. And Proverbs 30, verse 4. I hope this has been informative. I pray it is. It's my goal to manifest truth, to help, because a lot of information has been withheld. It's been distorted, and it's not purposely distorted. It's just, there are some false prophets, there are some anti-messiahs, things of that nature, false doctrines, of course. So you got to be careful with all that. But the names are very important. The names, from the names derive power. So yeah, I hope this was informative. Again, this is Dallas. Shalom. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Thank you.